Yeah, so obviously a really, really hard fought road win. And I've been telling our team for really quite a while that when we got down here, this was going to be like a Conference USA matchup early in the year. And hats off to Radford. If you watched, it was a really good game. And they really counter we hit them hard early, played well early, and they counterpunched physically. Very good execution, got the ball where they wanted, made big shots, and that was a tough win, and felt much like what it feels like in a lot of conference games. And so, there was they hit a three in here, and it was as loud as I've heard a gym in quite some time when she hit that three. This place was really rocking. So for our team to calm themselves down, I thought we were a little out of sorts in the third quarter. But that's the way basketball is. There's a bunch of ups and downs during the course of the game, and to level off and find a way to win on the road was great. Individual performances, Aaliyah Dunham was tremendous, making free throws, just getting the ball whenever we needed it. She was great. Cole Claw was really really good as well, and then a lot of people just had solid games, and I have been talking about maybe our ability to win a game like this where Savannah Wheeler doesn't have her best. And I think a year ago, this was difficult. It would have been difficult for us with her to be in foul trouble all day. And I mean, a bad game for her is 13. So she's a pretty good player when that's a bad game. But I'm super proud of them for finding a way. CeCe Mays was great. And I could go on down the list. Lorelai was great early in the game. I thought Alexis was good late. And just a great win and a really good experience for us at this point in the year.
Coach, you all went up, 26-14, and a real nice inbound set got Savannah a three, and they called timeout. And it seemed like from that point after, was it more them picking up their intensity and physicality, or was it that you all, it seemed like you all, it took until the fourth quarter till you started creating more turnovers to find that offensive rhythm again?
Yeah, this probably isn't said very often. I do think to a certain degree, they really picked it up. I think physicality wise, the way they pushed the ball after that moment, it's the game sort of changed. And we had kind of settled into maybe a softer, slower situation than what it became. And I just think that's a really good basketball team and very well coached. And so I've known for a long time this was going to be a tough one to find a way to win, and they did not disappoint in that. And we needed every bit of it that they gave us, and I am certainly glad that in the end we I can't remember the play that put us back in the lead. I can't remember that stuff, but just enough to get a lead and then made enough free throws down the stretch. With Dunham was huge at that.
Coach, the three-pointer you were talking about, I think Marshall hit a three to put them up 55-50. And it seemed like things got really loud with about 8 minutes to go. What did you all do from there? You go on an 8-0 run, forced 2 or 3 turnovers there. It seemed like Aaliyah, and especially Kennedy from that point, I think she had a 4-minute stretch in which she kind of went off for a little while. Is that just two veterans haven't been in that situation, or is that a mindset change?
I think it's two people that want to win. So get out of their way a little bit, get the ball where it needs to go. But I don't coach Aaliyah Dunham on how to get the ball. I mean, that's in there. I just get to stand over there and say, good play, that's fun. That side of it's fun. But yeah, I think it was just tough mindset. I think that we had framed it to them to expect what they got, which was it's not going to be easy. And I do think that side of it helped preparing them for it's going to take 40 minutes. It's going to take everything you got. And it did. And they certainly responded. And it was really all up and down. I think you're right on maybe Aaliyah. I mean, what a steal, and then just flicking that pass, her ability to flick it right to the open spot and get us a layup. I mean, what a play. And Kennedy was tough inside. So we've got some pieces that I really like. We have a lot of room to grow.
Coach, what do you want to work on? What do you see after these 2 games that you still need to improve upon?
I mean, I think offensively we've got to grow. You look at 22 for 62. I think some of that is early in the year, and we had some happy feet and some, probably just, and I go back to being able to win it. I mean, it has been for all of us, for me too. I mean, your brain speeds up with 3 minutes to go in the game, and it is very easy to draw them up on the board and think through when there's no pressure what's going to happen. And I think you saw that a little bit on offense with our players too. Like, you can't simulate that. So probably offense, and settle down just a little bit. You got good players in here. Move it a little bit more than we did at times. Make them guard a little bit longer, and make that a smoother transition. So early offense, what are we looking for? It's not there. Flow quicker into our play behind the play, so to speak, and find a way to pressure the basket during that stuff too.
Coach, you talked about how rewarding it is to kind of see, like, how Wheeler's kind of really has not been the leading scorer the first 2 games, but it's been interesting because, like, it's been like Dunham, it's been Mays, kind of stretching out the points a little bit. How do you emphasize that to Wheeler a little bit? Like, how kind of she kind of maybe can maybe take a step back a little bit more, knowing that this year she has a little more help and a supporting cast around her.
Yeah, I mean, she's not taking a step back. Today was a weird day, and she's fine. I mean, she likes to win. That's what she's here to do. So that's not an issue. And we dialed up some stuff for her, and she got to the free throw line quite a bit. That's a good thing. But I mean, she played 22 minutes in that game, and if you look back at our box scores over the last, I don't know how many games at the end of last year, she ain't playing 20 something in any of them. So we're going to continue. She's got to be an aggressive offensive player for us. I am proud of us for weathering that storm and not having to look at her and go, can you find a way to save us? And, we have multiple people, and she does other things now too. Our real goal was no threes for 3. Okay. I thought that we could hold them down if we could keep 3 from shooting threes. And the whole point was, we don't want her missing threes. We don't want her shooting threes. All right. We lost her one time today, and she made it one time, and Sav was on her a lot. So learning to impact games in other ways than 25 and light them up, which she's still going to do, I'm very proud of her development in that aspect.
Coach, another interesting aspect of today's game being the anniversary of the plane crash. You guys were playing in the building that was named for the president of Marshall in 1970. Did you address that at all with your team? Just kind of like the unique synergy of this day and being in the building that was named for the president at that time?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we understand the weekend, I think, and sometimes maybe other sports people don't understand that about everybody here. It's part of us all. I knew that our football team was wearing black. We wore black today. There's a little bit of that. We understand. We're not in it like they are, but we're all a big family. So it was good to end this weekend with the win. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.